going on, everyone? It's DSP, and welcome to the November 8th, 2010 edition of Week in Preview. A lot of stuff coming up this week, even though it might not seem like that game-wise. This week, for games, the major release, which is pretty much the one primary release, is Call of Duty Black Ops. But there's also one other release, which is actually The Fight, which I've been waiting for a while now for the PS Move. But anyway, let's start with Monday. What's going to be coming out on Monday? Well, I probably will be playing a little bit more of Dance Central for the Kinect. Keep in mind that later today also there will be the weekly edition of The Hateful Truth. This might be a good one for people who have been waiting to hear my verdict on the two 007 games that came out last week. And also, I'm going to be rating the 4 games which I played for the Microsoft Kinect this week. Being Kinect Adventures, Dance Central, Sonic Free Riders, and Kinectimals. I'm going to give my honest opinions on all of those. Now coming later this week, I've actually had an idea for a new series. I started it last week, but I didn't really think it was going to run into a totally new series, but I think now I will actually do this. Whenever I'm directly comparing two things, I think I'm going to have a series called The Verdict. Now last week I compared the multiplayer of one of the 007 games, Bloodstone, to the other 007 game that came out last week, GoldenEye. So I think this week what I'm going to do, since I've now had a chance to get my hands on both the PS Move and the Microsoft Kinect, I'm going to do a video called The Verdict, you know, PS Move versus Kinect, and I'm going to give my honest opinions about each one, and finally give my final verdict on which one I think is the best out of the two. But anyway, for Monday, like I said, you'll see The Hateful Truth, but also you might see some more Dance Central footage on the Kinect. I have actually been playing Dance Central pretty much every day. Today was the one exception. I'm actually filming this a little bit late on Sunday night. I did not get a chance to do it today because I was busy over at Howard's. We had some streaming going on with Super Turbo. But besides that, I really do like Dance Central. I've been enjoying it every day. I've been playing it for about an hour or so. I can't really play it more than that because of my back. It gets strained, but I'm enjoying it a lot. And that is one game that I would say is a system seller. It is the reason to buy Kinect. But we'll talk more about that later today. But anyway, you might see some more footage of that later today or tomorrow. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops, what's coming up? Well, it's a midnight release at my local GameStop, so I will be there for that release, and just like last year, they're having a release party. There will be a DJ there. They're actually going to have a tournament there. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be there in time for the tournament, because the tournament starts at 9 and ends at something like 12, and I really don't know, especially with my back, if I want to hang around there for 3 to 4 hours to watch these people play. Last year, I actually showed up about maybe 11 o'clock and was there till like 2 recordings. So even showing up late, I'm probably going to be there for a significant amount of time. Once I pick up my game, well, first of all, there'll be footage of that on the TKOHHD, that whole that midnight release. Then, when I get my game home, I'm actually getting the Prestige Edition of Call of Duty Black Ops, and I will be unboxing it here, so I'll have my unboxing video of that game. And then, first things first, just like I did last year, I will be doing a campaign playthrough overnight of Call of Duty Black Ops, and I'm hoping to finish it in one sitting like I did last year with Modern Warfare 2. Everything, you know, everything willing, I will have all of that up during the day on Tuesday, so hopefully I'll be one of the first people to have that up. Of course, I'm sure there's people who already have it up on YouTube, but as I've said 100,000 times, I'm not anyone who's for piracy. I am for going to the store, buying the game, and actually doing it legitimately. So I'm going to wait, get my game on midnight release, and then play it legitimately on Tuesday night, or Tuesday morning. Now, for what else is going to be going on this week with Call of Duty Black Ops? Well, Howard, my friend, actually today expressed some interest in doing some co-op, and I found out there are a couple different co-op modes in this game. From what they've been saying, the campaign itself is single player, but there will be some exclusive co-op gameplay, similar to how Modern Warfare 2 had some of those co-op challenge gameplays as well, so I'm looking to do those with him. And there is a zombie mode in this one as well, and I will be looking to maybe tackle that with him sometime this week as well, so that's pretty cool. And then obviously there's multiplayer, and everyone's going to want to see me do multiplayer. I did Modern Warfare 2 pretty significantly in multiplayer. A lot of people loved it, so I will be playing multiplayer probably for the rest of the week. And to be honest, Once I pick up Black Ops, I'll probably be playing it the entire week. I'm probably not going to put it down. As you know, last year I did vote Modern Warfare 2 as my game of the year because these games, even though they might turn out in the long run to not be as good as we expected them to be, they have a lot of content, and that's why they definitely get high on the radar when it comes to top 10 games of the year. Now, I'm not saying that by any means that Black Ops is going to be my #1 game of the year. I haven't played it. I'm hyped for it, but I'm not as hyped for it per se as I was last year for Modern Warfare 2, because honestly I did like what Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare 1, and that kind of rolled over into Modern Warfare 2. Treyarch, I like Treyarch. I liked Call of Duty 3. I didn't like how they brought vehicles into it. I liked World at War, but I really didn't think, I think the multiplayer was a ripoff, honestly, of what Infinity Ward had done with Call of Duty 4, and I didn't like how it was in a past setting. Now we're kind of going back again, because if you don't know, Black Ops is actually set in the Cold War, which is the 80s and 90s. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect the game. But I am hyped. Everyone's hyped. So I'm going to be playing the shit out of it for at least a week. So that's what to expect gameplay-wise this week on DSP Gaming. Now, a couple other things that will be coming up this week. More DSP Tries It videos. Actually, this particular week, I will be trying out a particular food item that a lot of people have been asking me to try for a very long time, and that will be on the King of Hate HD for the DSP Tries It episode. Also, in anticipation of the joysticks that John Rambo, Howard, and myself will be modding and selling on eBay later this month, I will be doing a couple of reviews of some of the joysticks that I bought earlier this year. The Mad Catz Special Edition Tournament joysticks for Super Street Fighter 4. There's actually two different ones. There's a Sanwa edition, which was the Mad Catz, and I misspoke. There's also a Hori stick, which is a Famitsu. And what I want to kind of do is do a video for each, explain what I feel the difference is between Sanwa and Famitsu, and what I think the best between the two is from my personal experience. Now, this year, I've really played in a lot of tournaments. I've played on Sanwa and Famitsu controls at Howard's house on his Super Turbo cabinets, and I have a couple opinions that I'd like to express. So that's coming up this week. Also, there will be a new DSP inbox video. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to be honest, I'm still getting a lot of emails at the DSP inbox email address, and I'm still getting a lot of emails at the wrong email address, which is some of the other addresses that I have, like darksightphil@hotmail.com. I'm not accepting questions at those addresses. I'm only accepting questions for this week's video on my website, thekingofhate.com. So if you want to get your question in for this week's episode of DSP Inbox, which, by the way, has been renamed to Ask the King because it's not about an inbox anymore, go to thekingofhate.com, register, jump onto the forums. There's a forum there specifically for Ask the King, and it says formerly DSP Inbox. Right now it's up to about 300 questions. I'd like to get that maybe in the next day or two up to 400 or 500, because I'm usually traditionally film that on Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday night, and I definitely want to do a good one this week. Keep in mind, if you forget or you don't get a chance to do that, I will also be giving an opportunity to everyone on Twitter to post up questions at the last minute, basically. I will post up on Twitter later this week whenever I'm filming that video. Again, my Twitter account is TheyCallMeDSP. A lot of good updates on Twitter. I usually talk about, when I'm putting up videos, what video I'm putting up. If there's any issues or anything with me putting stuff up, that's the place to go. So look for a new DSP inbox video this week. There will also be a new DSP cooking video. This one I think a lot of people will be interested in because it's a little different. It's not a breakfast, and it's more of like something you would have for dinner, or even maybe a large appetizer. And I'm going to try to move the series into something more like that. I think we've kind of covered breakfast at this point, although I might go back at one point to do some other easy things, but I want to do a couple more advanced dishes before I go back to something easy. So this one's a little bit more tricky, but at the same time, it is still an easy food to make. Stay tuned to the King of Hate HD this week for the next DSP Cooking with the King video. And of course, Smart Guys will be out this week. All the usual videos that you see during the week will be out. So it's going to be a busy week. With Call of Duty Black Ops, there's single player, there's co-op, there's multiplayer, You're going to have a lot of stuff on the TKOHHD, some new DSP tries it, especially with the new joysticks, reviews that I'll be doing. I really think that the Hateful Truth and the Verdict video that I'm going to do later this week of PS Move versus Kinect is going to be really interesting for a lot of people. And, you know, another Cooking with the King, Smart Guys, DSP Inbox, which is now called Ask the King. A lot of stuff going on this week, going to be pretty busy. And I'm still excited. So that's the weekend preview. A lot of stuff going on. I hope that everyone's hyped as much as I am, at least this week, for Call of Duty Black Ops. And we'll see how it goes. It could go either way. With Treyarch, I mean, I've had a lot of fun with some Treyarch games, and some games I really wish I was playing the Infinity Ward version of this game because it just really didn't live up to expectations. But I did see a lot of the videos for the multiplayer for Black Ops. I'm thinking it looks really good, so we'll go from there. So anyway, this is DSP. That's the weekend preview for November 8th, 2010. Signing off. See you guys later.